different abilities, including wheel, including burning, maybe UFO in a couple of spots.
I'm hoping some of these 4 runners do some crazy mixes where you swallow a couple of different guys. And
yeah,
such.
I imagine we'll see a few of those.
Mr. Shasta just practiced for wheel, got hammer. Whoops.
Well,
Practice,
it's nice to have hammer, no question, but it's not quite what you need to start this off.
Yep.
And Cocoon just pointed out high jump. High jump is important as well.
Yeah, that's featured in World 3.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're just about to go here.
All right. Good luck to all of our runners. This is going to be a fun race. All right, so green light's been given, so we should be seeing it starting any minute now.
It'll be a lot of fun when they get started. I'd imagine we're going to have a lot of sync with these 4 runners.
Mm-hmm.
At least the first world or 2.
Yeah. I imagine the first couple of worlds, they're going to be within about 15 to 20 seconds of each other. And a lot of that's going to be coming down to like little things, really.
1, 2, 3, and I'm sure Thomas will be here in a moment.
Right.
Wow. Right now they're just hopping, jumping in. Halo Dude got wheeling through this first level.
Yeah, that overall is going to save about 2 to 3 seconds.
Ooh, but what's not? Mr. Shasta just got sniped there by one of the fire guys.
Oof.
That animation is long and can cost you a second or 2.
Yeah.
They run a little bit more off the RNG than most of the enemies, so they can be very scary. One thing that runners at this high level will make a big difference for is those cloud levels at the end, cloud mini games. The goal is to end at the very, very bottom, so that it takes as little time as possible to make it through.
Halo do a nice job ditching a wheel to get a double star, take out Poppy. The runners are synced up here, so Halo is about a half a room ahead early on. That wheel, even a level like this, it's all the little things.
Thomas and Mr. Shasta are right neck and neck.
Yeah, and Cocoon, everybody except Halo Dude is pretty much in sync with one another. Intended damage there, but right along.
So we're going to have 2 very different types of strats here. Most of them are going for the burning strat. It's very good lateral movement, easier to get. Mr. Shasta went for a while, that wheel strat there. It is just a little bit faster, but it requires a fancy mix. So he has gone back for burning as well. So they all have the burning ability at the moment.
Shasta's got to be a little careful here. He's only got 1 health, but he shouldn't have too much trouble. But
Mr. Frosty can cause some trouble, but not usually.
No. So Halo, again, about a full room ahead of Cocoon and Shasta. Thomas is just slightly behind.
Yeah, ever so slightly. He's basically right there with him. Same room.
Yeah. So we're about to meet Wispywood, classic first boss of the Kirby series. First boss in Dreamland is the first boss here.
Yeah, burning isn't the ideal ability to use. It's not the fastest on Wispy, but it makes it a lot faster burning in the next couple of levels as well, so it's definitely worth taking it through. And Crispy doesn't take much effort to take down anyway.
Halo's done at 324. Shasta and Cocoon are right behind. It's almost in sync. 332 for Cocoon and about 331 for Shasta. And Thomas has done at 337, so a 13-second difference between first and fourth right now.
Wow. Just burning across the way. Great for that lateral movement.
Yeah, and here in Adventure, if you didn't have Tornado by now, you definitely would have picked it up here and tried to hold it until about 3-2 in Butter Building.
If you do lose Burning, Tornado is a good backup move here, though.
Yeah. But Burning and then Wheel in a minute is the optimum nightmare.
We didn't talk about it before, but double stars are pretty important in these early mini-bosses especially.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see one Halo dude in just a moment here. He's going to drop his star and suck that back up as well as an enemy. He pretty much insta-kill.
Yeah, quite a few mini-bosses are going to be one-hit kills. So Shasta's going to get a much-needed health refill, and so is Thomas. Both of them are kind of playing a little on the edge there for a while now.
That is one thing I love about this world. You basically get a little bit of free health. It doesn't happen much in the game.
Yeah. So Shasta and Coon are pretty much in sync. Thomas is about a screen transition behind them. And Halo's about a full screen transition ahead of them as they get ready to take on the first Meta Knight arena.
Meta Knight's arenas are they're unique in that there is no RNG for enemy placement.
Right.
If you kill everybody in the same, so you can really easily plan who you want to be where.
Yeah.
Mr. Shasta. Halo Dude had a really good route there, and looks like MK and Thomas are doing basically the same thing.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot of difference. As you say, there's no RNG, so it just really comes down to pure execution. And except for World 3, I think Halo's sniped by
one of those fire guys. I don't remember what they're called either.
Burn and Leo, I believe.
Oh, yep, that's it.
So, as I was saying, except for World 3, normal is the way to go with these Meta Knight arenas faster.
I've seen one or two very, very minor variations that seem to work just as well, but
Right.
There's not much variation to keep the most efficient route.
Right, if you want to do it quick, particularly with the way the arenas are structured, normal is the best option.
Absolutely, and all four of these runners have things very, very optimized.
Yeah.
And we do share the optimizations that we do. Very little is kept secret, so they know all of the optimizations that are possible. So chances are they've done and do them all.
And you talk about optimizations. Cocoon had mentioned before the race that since he joined, he'd found a few optimizations that seem to have improved the times overall in the community.
Cocoon has been crazy about doing that. He's always experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really fun to watch. Anything
in particular kind of stand out as far as what he's been doing?
He's been mixing for Wheel everywhere, which has been it's been fun. It's not always reliable or easy,
no,
but it's still a lot of fun to see what happens. And a lot of times it can possibly save a second or two.
Right.
I doubt he'll go, but we'll see what happens. Maybe because of the competition he'll go for him.
Yeah. And this is an exhibition, so, that's kind of the fun. You get to test things you might not have otherwise.
Very true.
So, if this were a tournament, probably not. So,
well, when he was racing me, he did, but his personal best was probably a good 15 minutes ahead of mine.
Right.
I was still very, very new at the moment.
Very good paint.
Still am pretty new.
Very good paint roller fight. First.
He's given Thomas a tough time, though. as well as MK.
Shasta took a hit, but he's finished second at 825. Cocoon and Thomas are pretty close to one another. Cocoon is 832, and Thomas is about 834. So,
is there variation in the Kirby dance? Because I thought Thomas would have finished first.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's still very early.
19-second difference. It's only 6 seconds more than where we were at in World 1. So...
Alright, here we are in Butter Building with Halo dudes. We're going to see a lot of that high jump.
Yeah. Some of the level designs Butter Building are quite a bit different, including the room Halo just finished, than the NES version. So, while this game is pretty much a 95% remake, there are some subtle differences here and there.
It seems to be in areas where they've built rooms specifically for certain abilities. We'll see that with Wheel a little bit. But that's later.
Yeah. So Bugsy is up next. Mini-boss parade. He's a frustrating mini-boss, and as you can see...
Well, at least Halo Dude didn't get the slow animation. If he grabs you, he can hit you on the floor a number of times.
Right. So yeah, like this room, for example, to close out 3-2, this is not in the NES version. Ooh!
Wow. Alright.
So, death by Halo Dude, a little trouble there. So...
I think that puts Shasta ahead now.
Shasta is ahead, and now he's pretty much even with Thomas, who is pulled into a statistical tie for second.
Agreed. MK just did a soft reset. It's a very quick thing to do. It only wastes a second or two, and it'll refill your health and your lives up to 2. So It's much better than taking a death, or especially a game over.
Right, and another subtle difference between this and the NES game is after you've beaten the main boss in each world, you get a health refill. That's not the case in the in this version of the game.
Correct.
So, and it's not a huge thing, but you know, if you wind up like 1 or 2 health after a really nasty boss fight, you might be obligated in this version to take a health refill. So,
absolutely, I almost always saw real Meta Knight fight, not just a Meta Knight arena.
So, Halo having a little trouble here with the Meta Knight arena.
He's still pulling off the high jump strats, though. Very nice.
Yeah.
Looks like they are all going for it.
Yeah. So, Shasta's got about a 1 screen transition, about a screen and a half transition lead on Halo, who's about maybe 2 seconds ahead of Thomas, who's about 2 seconds ahead of Cocoon. So,
this is just an insane race. I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, this has been really good. So using Hyper here, the second time they'll be using that. Just get through this.
We use Hyper, and if you're super fast, you can take down Bonkers without ever losing that invincibility. So it makes that one basically trivial.
So 3-6. You know, a lot of tight corridors, tricky platforming involved, but
they're all getting through pretty well.
Yeah, we've got our first dark room of the game. Shasta's the first in.
And the first out. This is another room that's very, very clearly built for high jump. The platforms are perfectly spaced, and it's all straight up and down.
Yeah, it's a much bigger version of the room. Arrow.
I'm really enjoying hearing the differences between the two. I've never really known what's the same and what's different, with the exception of a room or two that somebody said in another commentary. Right.
So Shasta's done with Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright first. I think Halo got a little cross.
Oh, Halo guessed wrong. That's alright.
Yeah. I think Shasta...
Probably.
But,
It only changes about a half a second anyway.
Hey, Shasta finished at 13:17. Halo's done at 13:34. Kuhn is third. He's done at 13:40. And Thomas is done at 13:46. So Shasta availing himself the use of UFO ability.
I actually don't love move around. I used to love it as a kid.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, ooh, it's really, and it's fairly rare, which I think also kind of lends itself to its novelty. And you only get to keep it for one level.
There's one room that we'll see later that they really get at you. If you haven't managed to keep your tornado up until that point,
yeah,
the UFOs are a pain. But if you, there's one unique thing about the UFOs. I think we're in World 4 now. I think it's one of my favorites.
The Grape Garden. Shasta taking on the Double Poppy Brothers. No problem there. So, 4-3, Shasta's on probably my favorite level in the game. A real showcase of really at the time what the NES could do. I remember it was a big selling point when they were doing commercials for this game when it first came out.
Oh, I love this world, this room too. Is just those sideways wind makes every jump feel very fast and floaty. It's a good time, and really no other level does that in this game.
Yeah, and the music's really good too. It's got the right tone to it. Shasta's still maintaining about a half a stage lead, I'd say, on maybe not that big, but probably a couple screen transitions at the very least.
At this ability level, yeah, it's sizable enough. But anything can happen.
Yeah, we've still got the second half of the game, really.
Absolutely.
Starts at Yogurt Yard.
World 6 and then 7, specifically 7 too.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's going to happen before there. Anything can happen.
Right.
Little mistakes can cost a lot of time.
Yeah. So.
Fan.
Yes, everybody's favorite mini boss.
I actually have more trouble with Bugsy personally, but yes.
Yeah.
It seems to cause most people more trouble.
Yeah, it's still one of those mini bosses where if you even so much as touch him,
he will
physically,
grab you and pound you on the ground forever.
Good pattern for Halo Dude.
Oh yeah.
Thomas and Cocoon wheeling their way down to the to Fan's room. Throw's one of those abilities, like, you don't see it very often, and for a speedrun it's not especially useful in the long run, but it is fun to use.
This is actually the only place we'll see the music.
Right. Like, yeah, you're not gonna, like, the only other place you really see Fan is what, 7-2?
Yeah, I think so.
So.
Here it's handy though, because in the Meta Knight room, as you see that Shasta just did, you can attack multiple enemies.
Right.
You can hit more than 2 guys with the same throw.
I guess I misspoke earlier when I said, this would make 2 actually. But,
yeah.
Back to burning for Halo and Shasta.
Yeah, this room seems to cause a lot of trouble for early runners, but once you get the hang of it, it's no problem at all.
Yeah, again, a little different than the NES version. The NES version's much flatter. It's not quite as layered, but
I see.
the same principles still apply. You know, burning or fireball, as it is known in the NES version, is your friend.
Fireball makes a lot more sense as a name. It's a lot more descriptive.
Yeah.
But I'll take burning. It's also pretty accurate.
Yeah. So, TikTok, no problem with TikTok or Halo. So, Krakow is coming up for Shasta.
I do believe Krakow is in the other game.
Yeah, because the other bosses in Dreamland are Lololo and La La La, because interbrand marketing get away with that back then, and then Cabula, the airship.
Those are amazing names. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe I just don't understand why they don't work now, but I think they're amazing.
Yeah. Well, Lololo and La La La, but
I see what you're saying. Copyright.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the same studio.
How that Halo dude just jumped in. If you can land each hit, basically a double hit, the cancel and the regular, you can kill him in one less hit. It looks like Halo dude must have missed just one, but it doesn't cost much time.
So Shasta finished at 1942. Halo's going to be about 20 seconds behind. 21 seconds, 2003. Coon is
and Thomas are on their way up.
Coon having got a double hit there, and another double hit to finish him off.
Perfect.
And landed right near the center of the arena, so saved him another little bit of time.
It was a very great fight by MK. Cocoon.
2023 for Cocoon. Shasta's already underway in 5-2. Flo's not far behind. 5-2 is one of those levels where it really kind of twists and turns itself around a bit.
Oh yeah, forwards and backwards.
Yeah.
You never know which direction you're supposed to go.
Yeah. Shasta keep holding on to that ball ability.
Absolutely. Ball can be a tricky one to learn to use, but it does some serious damage.
Yeah.
We'll see. He's going to take out this mini-boss in, I believe, just 3 hits.
Yeah, bonkers again. One.
Nope, just 2. It's crazy strong.
You don't need 3 hits. He's so awesome he can do it in 2.
Yeah. Maybe it's 3 and 7 too, and that's why I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah, because the mini boss 7-2, they're gonna face her a little harder overall.
Picking up high jump. This room definitely calls for high jump.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe this Mr. Shasta is in one of those rooms that isn't in the original game. It's a room very clearly built for ball, not ball, steel.
The one that Shasta's in, actually, it is in the NES version, but it is structured a little differently.
I see. That is interesting. Oh, he's going for the but the wheel strats in it.
Yeah. Yeah, very nicely done. Shasta, Halo Dude's about to take a run at this.
Mm-hmm.
Him, good. Very nice. Shasta uses burning one up for his trouble.
It's another one of those rooms built for a certain ability, followed by a Meta Knight room. I believe this is the only place in the entire game where you have these, what are they called? Platforms that you can jump both up through and also down through.
I believe that's correct, yeah. And it can be a little tricky because those Meta Knight's soldiers are swinging their axes in unison, it can be a little tricky to time that.
I wonder if Halo's going to do the ball strat in the room that Shasta just left.
I'm sure he will.
Just got into. It's a crazy strat.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch. Yep, there he goes. Even a pixel or two off, and you are falling to your death.
Another like little swag for the audience.
Absolutely. I approve of a little swag.
Yeah. And then a little terminal velocity to close out 5-4. Kun just finished the Meta Knight Arena. Thomas about halfway done.
I don't think I've seen any of MK's fancy wheels mixes yet.
Yeah.
I'm a little... Nah, that's okay. I did not expect to see them here.
So, they're all going to be on shots to just finish 5-5, so they're not all quite on the same level, but,
they're very close.
yeah, there's probably about there's a 51 second difference between the runners through World 4.
That is insane.
There's a lot of... They are starting to add up in the grand,
Indeed. Mr. Shasta is about to go into the, I believe... Oh, we've got the boss next, I think?
Yeah, Heavy Mole.
Yes, he's going to go into the place where I ended. I was first forced to learn a mix.
Yeah.
It's a very simple one, but it's still very necessary.
Yeah, you want...
Hammer. Yeah, go ahead.
It was like Hammer's gonna make this fight really quick.
Absolutely. And Hammer is... Get it from those bonkers mini-bosses. Ooh, that was close. Or from doing a mix there. And maybe an enemy or two that boss spits out.
I think, at least it's true in the NES version. I'm not 100% sure about this version, but if you inhale one of the enemies, Heavy Mole spits out, and you copy it, that's a hammer.
Yes. Some of them, if you have to watch the color. If you get the wrong one, I think they can give you sleep. But if you get one that's, I think, orange, it'll give you hammer. So those are the only ways to get hammer in this game.
Right. I think that's new. I don't really recall, but I don't believe that's... I think it's exclusive to the GBA version. The idea that one can give you sleep and the other can give you hammer.
All 4 runners got that hammer mix first try, which at this level I'd expect, but it's still impressive.
Right. So Shasta's done with 6-1. Halo finished up.
MK and Thomas pretty close to in sync.
Yeah, it's about a 2. Thomas just 2 seconds behind Cocoon, and that's a 1 minute 3 second difference between first and fourth. And thank you, Chad, for clarifying about Heavy Mole and his abilities. Thank you, appreciate it. So now they're gonna. So Shasta had a bit of a hiccup. So
yeah, I missed that.
So now they're going to Tornado. So this is where the run.
This is where it gets tough.
Looks like he lost. I would say, looks like he lost a life.
Yeah, I believe that's what happened. I believe he died. On a lose Tornado through this entire world. It's tough because it means you basically can't take a hit, and you especially can't die. And if you lose it, there is no backup.
Right.
So you just have to live without it. It costs a lot of time, and it can make a number of rooms very tricky.
Yeah. And there are some places, like 6-4, particularly with the spikes in the second room. If the star having the tornado ability hits any of these spikes, that instantly kills the ability.
Same goes if you lose it underground. Underwater, I should say.
Right.
It doesn't instantly go away, but there's no way to get it back, so it's gone.
So, Cocoon...
Oh, one health there, yeah.
Cocoon and Thomas both finished 6-2. Halo and Shasta are pretty much in sync. They actually are in sync.
Oh, yeah. Tom are pretty close as well. Cocoon went back for some health, which I don't find. This is a close race.
Yeah, this is really good. Halo slightly ahead.
This is where they have to be very, very careful with their ability. They do not want to lose it.
More valuable than gold.
Absolutely. And they both made it through the hard part, so I think they got it.
More or less.
Oh, the Nut Shack. Which would be sad if nobody said that.
Yeah, leave that to my betters. So 6-4 is done with for Halo. Shasta's right behind him. Meanwhile, Cocoon and Thomas just finished 6-3.
Yep.
We got a one level gap between first and
Yeah, he almost lost that. That would have been bad. At least it was not in this room, though. I don't know who to watch.
Yeah. Halo's about probably 3 or 4 seconds ahead right now.
Alright, good. Cocoon and Thomas both made it out of that water. And into the Nut Shack.
So 4 down, 1 to go. 6-6.
This is one of those rooms that is real tough without tornado.
Yeah.
All of those UFOs, they just come for you. It's very hard to get through without taking a few hits. Unless you have tornado, then it's trivial.
Double kill by Halo.
And Shasta.
Nice. The final Meta Knight arena with ice physics, no less.
Yeah, this one's the worst. But you wouldn't know it watching them.
No. Halo's done.
Oh, but Shasta only has 1 health left.
He's gonna be a
He takes a hit
little.
here, that would suck.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Redo the entire room, which would be very slow. But he got it.
He's gonna take a soft reset here, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he better. Meta Knight has enough RNG that you're almost guaranteed at least 1 hit somewhere in there.
Meta Knight's taken care of. Coon not quite getting the pattern he wanted, nor is Thomas. Thomas finishes first.
Barely.
31:53 for Halo. Shasta, maybe about 13 seconds behind, 32:06.
It's mesmerizing to watch people use sword in this room that Halo is in.
Yeah. Clipped there, but
That'll make 7-2 a little bit tricky with 3 health, but he can probably do it.
yeah.
I'm usually nervous going in with, I don't know, 5 health or less. I like going in with a full 6.
Yeah.
7-2 is a boss rush.
Thomas got clipped there at the start of the Meta Knight fight, but had really good RNG from there.
Fantastic.
So he's done third. Coon's about 3 or 4 seconds behind him, so Bonkers
Going into 7-2 means nothing. We'll see what happens.
Yep, 32:58 for Thomas, and Coon's at 33:02. So Yeah, and there's only about a 69-second difference between Halo taking his time, waiting for the right pattern to show up.
Don't know if he knows that could cost him. Mr. Shasta is right behind.
Yeah, and he just took care. Oh,
Ooh. And only 1 health left. There they go.
So if Shasta pulls into the lead with a good Bugsy fight.
Halo made it out, and now he just can't get hit by this guy in the next room.
Should be okay.
Both Thomas and Cocoon entering 7-2 at the same time.
Yeah. Got a race for first and a race for third.
Ah, the sync.
Ooh. Thomas getting thrown against the wall there by Fan.
Always hurts. Cocoon. Passes.
About a full mini boss ahead of Thomas. Final hyper of the game.
Woo!
Shasta's done with 7-3.
Here in 7-4. Nope, it's the next one. I really enjoy the wheel strats in 7-5.
Yeah. That's always been a room that given me that level's always given me fits in Kirby's Adventure, just because of how tight, precise the platforming can be. Even if you practiced it, it can still screw you up.
Running on through. I don't know who to talk about.
Yeah.
Looks like...
Well, this room... I'll say this room that Shasta's in is original to the remake.
Very cool. It's another one of the rooms with the interesting wind stuff going on. It's up and down instead of side to side, which I think is more fun, but
yeah,
still very neat to see. It's fun to fly upwards. Super fast.
So... Shasta again holding a slight lead over Halo Dude going into 7-5.
But we'll see what happens. The wheel guy, he can give some interesting RNG.
Doesn't look like Shasta's getting a lot of help here.
Nope, he's going everywhere. Definitely a little bit better for Halo Dude there.
Yeah, he got about 3 or 4 seconds back, so...
Yeah, this room is fun.
This is the room that gives...
The wheel jump.
This is really, really awful for me.
I put an excessive amount of practice into it.
So, the gap is narrowed between Halo and Shasta going to 7-6, which is the 2-minute abbreviated version of Kirby's Dream Land.
Using wheel here is very satisfying. But it looks like the gap has slightly widened for third place. Cocoon has jumped ever so slightly ahead.
About 5 seconds ahead. So...
with DDD still to come, it's anybody's game.
Right. And they're probably going to go for a mix here at the end of 7-6 to try and get ball.
It's a tricky one. It's not a real easy first frame mix, like ball before 7-2, and then getting hammer into the boss fight.
Oh, Shasta takes a death.
Ooh!
So
I missed that. No more wheel then.
Yep, that's it. So now it's really... Halo is in the driver's seat. He's still about a full screen transition ahead. Got
and
the ball.
gets the ball. No problem.
So...
I bet you Shasta will do it too. Yep, no problem.
Now it's on to DDD. World
They both
7 ball.
They both have 4 health going into it, which would scare me, but I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah. As long as got spat out.
That one's hard to miss. You have to have a really quick reflexes.
Not the cleanest fight, but he takes care of them. So 38-30 for Halo. Shasta is 7 seconds behind. 38-37. So you have to take care of the orb quickly.
You'll never guess why we call it our orb. It's because of the sound it makes.
Yeah, that must be it. So Halo doing a really nice job. So is Shasta.
Absolutely.
Only took 2 hits. That's impressive. Shasta's not even taking any damage. It's like
that's incredible. Oh, and he even misses that one, the homing shot.
So
Alright, now Cocoon is in DDD.
Yep.
In this last Nightmare fight, there is absolutely no RNG. He will do the same thing every single time. The only thing that might change is Nightmare might be a little closer or farther away from you. But if you know the pattern, super simple fight.
Yeah, so at this point, yeah, damn. Good start for Halo Dude. Good start for Shasta.
Absolutely. It's gonna be seconds.
Yeah, we're talking like
3 seconds, 5 seconds.
Something like that.
Here's the first one. Maybe a little bit more. Got the health wrong. But great job to Halo Dude. 40-17 is incredible, especially for a race.
Yeah. So yeah, Halo Dude finishes first with an official SRL time of 40-14. Shasta,
Ooh.
just 6 seconds behind, 40-20.
Wow.
So kind of at the halfway point.
Just a couple hits left.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen a 4-way race this close.
Yeah, Thomas is close to his PB. I think he's going to be a little short here.
Yeah, his is 41-15.
Yeah.
A little bit short, but that's okay. I bet you his SRL race PB will improve.
Yeah. So MK Cocoon finishes third with an official SRL time of 41-12, beating his race PB by 29 seconds.
Woo!
And Thomas is done. He finishes fourth with an official SRL time of 41-38.
Mr. Shasta, the answer to your question, I believe, is a yes.
And Potus of 42-26. And joining us now is our second place finisher, Mr. Shasta. Welcome.
Hello.
7-6.
7-6. That costs the race for me.
Yeah, you two bounced back and forth for a little while.
I really need to stop going. I really need to stop going for that wheel strat though. Like going through that Gordo, because that's killed me a few times before.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what happened there. Because whenever you go through a Gordo like that, or what I do there is I go through the Gordo wheel and then I get out of wheel. But unfortunately, once you actually go through the Gordo like that, it will eat your inputs sometimes because the game registers you going through the Gordo instead of your inputs sometimes.
I see.
Yeah,
now,
it's weird.
It wasn't a fluke. You were just trying to make the race more interesting for us, of course.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. Real quick, Kinnan finished sixth with the time of 42-48, beating his race PB by almost a minute.
Wow.
So, so that's very cool. So, you know, tonight, overall with what was it, 15 runners? That's really good for this kind of exhibition.
Oh yeah.
So,
For sure.
Great.
But you know,
Beginning to end, this race was very close. It was a lot of fun to watch.
yeah, you had the lead through from Worlds 3 to 5, and then Halo pulled slightly ahead, and then you got it back because he had a week 7-2 and then 7-6. So
Halo actually took a death fairly early on, and that's what put you ahead for most of the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I died in 6-2 as well. So reason for that is because I was going for strats that Halo did yesterday So yesterday Halo got the best 6-2 ever in this game. So
oh.
I tried
Wow.
to improvise strats from that despite not practicing it, and it bit me in the butt.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Yeah, it's okay. I shouldn't have done that, but it happens.
Yeah, something to learn for next time. We've got 3 finishers real quick. Mayazumi 7th, 44.43. Jumpy Penguin 8th at 44.57, and Faster Supersonic 9th with 45.04.
These are all very impressive times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a PB for Faster Supersonic.
Yo, nice.
By almost a minute, man. Like, everybody's bringing out their best for this exhibition. To what end of this tournament's gonna go.
Oh yeah, absolutely looking forward to that. We've got some really good racers left in, both in the winners and the losers brackets.
Yeah. Actually, I think we got a race going tonight.
Yes, that would be at 10 o'clock. I don't remember who it's between, but I'm going to check.
I'm looking at it now.
I'll let you
Thomas,
check.
yeah, Thomas and Mayazumi are racing at 10 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming. Excellent.
Oh, fantastic. Do you know what their PBs are?
Thomas has a 41. Mayazumi has a 42, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, then that will be a very good race. I have Thomas's written down, but not Mayazumi's.
Okay.
Right. So, no, that's... And we've got several other races on the docket. I got a couple of races tomorrow. Potsu and Dark Shadows 59 at 8:30 Eastern, and then 9:15 Eastern, Zelgan and Chooch are going to race.
Ooh, nice.
I highly recommend taking a break from the Link to the Past randomizer for a little bit of Kirby.
Oh, don't I know it? I'm already dead in that tournament. I'm not even halfway done with it.
The randomizer takeover, Speed Gaming.
Yeah.
I do enjoy watching randomizer, just not as much as is up there.
Well,
500 full of entrance is ridiculous though for a tournament like that.
Huh.
Especially an online one.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I run the Mario 3 weekly randomizer. We're not quite there yet. We're gonna get there one day, but we're not quite there yet.
One day, I
All right.
believe.
Maybe Kirby too.
Yeah. So,
I'm surprised we haven't seen any of the other couple of our runners here
Yes.
in the interviews.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. Hey, everyone listening, get in here.
Yeah, Halo Dude, Thomas, and MK Cocoon in particular.
Yeah. Like, a winner is you,
Ha!
or something.
There you go. Hopefully someone joins now.
We will see what happens.
Oh well.
If they
I'll say
don't,
about my in particular, I had like a really bad start to this run. I just wasn't feeling good at all about it.
the beginning of races are always tough. I get a little bit of beginning of race jitters, and things never go exactly according to plan.
Yeah, it's
Right.
partially also too because I go for wheel mix in 1-1, which saves up to 5 seconds in the first 2 levels, and I didn't go for that this time because it's a race. And
Yeah,
I
if you
wanted to
miss
try and
it,
win.
you lose more than 5 seconds. So
Yeah, exactly. So it's not worth it in a race. But I go for it usually though.
Yeah, Halo. So
he was the
Halo
only
win-
one who got it.
Yeah.
Oh, he got it? Yo.
Yeah, he did. He
Nice.
was the only one though. But he still took that death early on, so things were still pretty even.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's just like one little thing here or there. So
Yeah, that's what this race came down to. Little mistakes and a bit of RNG.
It's just how it is. That's this game for you right there in a nutshell.
The interview corner is somewhere. It should be DM'd to the runners.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have Halo Dude joining us in a moment, I think.
Oh,
Hopefully.
sorry, Pots. I guess it was only sent to those 4 being featured.
The top 4. Yeah, that's right.
F.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, featured. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Yeah, featured runners.
I get it. 15 runners in here would be a little crazy.
That would be ridiculous.
Apart.
Run everyone. Like 15 people speak at once.
Hey! Yeah. Or maybe they just don't listen to you and just silent.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Halo Dude didn't get one either.
Dang. I guess it's only me then. That's weird.
Alright, Halo Dude, then from the commentary, how did you feel about that? Or from the messaging somewhere, chat.
From the IRC.
Yeah, I see him there. Adirondack Rick, the featured 4 were Halo Dude, Thomas, MK Cocoon, and Mr. Shasta.
So we actually just have our 10th place finisher, Jayhawker, finished with an official SRL time of 50:22.
Very nice.
Nice.
Joining us is the creator of the Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland tournament, MK Cocoon. Welcome.
I don't hear you, but
welcome.
There we go. So, GG.
Oh, Jay got a 40-second PV. Nice.
Nice.
PV. I was less than 30 seconds off my PV.
Yeah.
Nice. I was plus 41 at the ends. I could have been closer, but I died in 7-6.
Dude, Halo. Somebody needs to stop Halo winning every single race.
I would have won this race if it didn't die, though. I just got my input eaten by that Gordo again. So I need to stop going for that strat, basically.
Yeah.
It's okay, Cocoon. Somebody will get him in the tournament.
Yeah, Shasta was leading for, I'd say, over half the race.
For sure.
Led from about halfway through Butter Building to about 6-2. And,
what's up, guys?
Speak of the devil, welcome, Halo Dude.
Hello.
GG.
Thanks.
GG,
Shasta, that was really close, dude.
Yeah, man. It was so good.
It was back and forth, like, oh god.
Halo,
Yeah,
your death in the beginning put Mr. Shasta ahead for a while, but Shasta took a death towards the end, and you took the lead. It was pretty impressive. All the way around. Very fun to watch.
Oh, my battle tower was really scary. That was just a choke.
Mine is really good, personally. What happened with yours?
Bugsy was just giving me the worst luck possible. He didn't dash, so that's usually the pattern I like to go with, so I had to do the alternate one where you float up to the top. But then I messed that up, so I had to do it again, and then I was left with 1 HP, so I had to finish it off with 1 HP, so it's kind of...
That's really scary.
It's kind of spoopy.
Yeah.
Very
Blue Bomber,
spooky.
he finished in 11th place with 52-19, which is very nice.
Sweet.
Cocoon, your 7-2 was very, very clean looking.
Yeah, so I'm actually pretty proud about that 7.
Yeah, your execution looked really on point through all those refights. I think it might have been the cleanest of the 4 featured runners. I think overall, from what I saw.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So I didn't get a roll from Fan. I
Ooh.
think that's the first time I've gotten the clean out. You time it so that when he jumps up to throw his apple, you hit him 3.
Mm-hmm.
Up, down.
Oh, you did that.
That's a hard one. Nice.
Which did it. I knew I needed to get a good 7-2 because I wasn't gonna let Thomas. He was ahead out of
Yeah.
6, and I'm like, shoot.
Can't let that happen.
Yeah, he was about 4 seconds ahead going to Rainbow Resort. There was a little bit of shakiness, I think, in 6.5, 6.6, but you know, but that was pretty much you know, neck and neck. I think pretty much from the start.
Shasta had just a very nice finish with his, what is it? I want to call it air ride, but that's wrong.
Kirby's air grind is what's called in
Air
this game.
grind, that's it.
Kirby does everything.
Now jumping into a bomb
Even
rally.
files his taxes.
Oh, yeah.
Bad bomb rally, by the way. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, the taxes suck, so Kirby has a lot in common with taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
LZ player is done 12th at 53.59.
Very nice.
I think we've only got 2 or 3 left.
Ooh.
But we had somebody quit in the middle. I don't know what happened, so it might be less than that.
Yeah, it could be.
I think like his internet crapped out or something. That could be because he came back.
Oh.
I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
And somebody had to leave right at the beginning. I think controller issues just before the race started.
Oh, that was Potts, but he joined back and completed the run.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
Very nice.
I never get to Meta Knight.
Meta Knight's hard. It's even harder because I'm on Game Boy Player and it has a little bit of lag to it. Well, I've been on HGTV as well.
He got a tie with Meta Knight.
Oh, I forgot.
You have to get under 13. Or you have to get like 13 or under to beat him.
Yeah, it was a 14. That was a tie.
I was talking
Ah.
to
Still very impressive.
I'll do it one more time.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good at this.
Wait,
My
you're
reaction
playing
time
on a Game Boy Player and you're still making it that far?
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I play on a Game Boy Player and I think my reflexes are also just bad.
I like the NES version where they do like the Western style gun draws. That's always fun.
That's good too. I love that as well.
I think they were trying to make that mini game a little bit more family friendly here.
Yeah.
They definitely kept the
Yeah.
Western theme.
Yeah, they just lifted this straight out of Kirby Superstar.
Oh, I got it. Yo. That's so hard to do. There's also level 3 for this as well, which I don't know how you're supposed to beat. Like, period.
Do we know if there's anybody left racing?
Yeah, there's a few people left.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Then we will hang around until they finish it up. Or at
I
least
think
for a
from
few
here on
minutes
out,
more.
though, for most part, it's just like... what is it? It's just mostly like casual, like people don't see her in the game.
That makes sense.
It just joins.
Gotcha. So it would make sense to cut on out, as there's not a lot left to talk about here, unless Thomas or Cocoon in particular have something they want to say about their race.
I think Cocoon dipped.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
Dang.
bye, Cocoon.
I'll miss you.
And Thomas, I'm sure, is getting ready for his race in the next hour.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Gotcha,
Shasta,
so-
where did you die?
I died in 6-2 and 7-6.
Oh, 7-6.
Yeah. It's because I got my input eaten by the Gordo. So I basically play a little safer next time.
Yeah, I had a first for me, which I died on the screen after the Bugsy fight.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, you got a tough Bugsy fight, and then you, we're a little short on that last jump before closing it out.
That's probably the first time I ever died there. It's pretty funny.
Between both of those errors, though, or little issues, it made it for a very, very close end there.
Yeah, very good
So-
race.
You were doing it for
No
the
kidding.
audience.
Yeah, for the
Clearly.
swag.
Not
Dying
a
for the
mistake.
swag.
Swig.
The swag death.
Did you go for 4-4?
I did not. I don't go
Yeah.
for that unless I'm behind or not in a race.
I was thinking you were gonna go for it, but
No.
and,
I should have
just
gone
didn't-
for a wheel mix though,
bad.
because I had a really bad beginning. I just didn't go for that at all because I wanted to focus on trying to win. It was really close in the end.
Wow,
But that's just
I actually
stopping.
went for it and somehow got it.
Yeah, I heard. That's ridiculous.
Because I was practicing it and I was getting microphone or hammer every single time, so I went in thinking I wasn't gonna get it. And I got lucky.
Yeah. That's good though. I'm glad you got it. Usually I go for even in races, but yeah. I just wanted to try and focus on
You're
race.
way more consistent. I have to reset like 5 or 6 times just to get wheel. for the most
Oh
part.
boy.
So
I do well in it sometimes too. But like sometimes it takes me like a long time as well, even despite that.
it's a strange mix.
Oh yeah, plus you got some luck too with the wall of dudes, where like sometimes like they'll attack like a few times before they get close enough to get both of them. Sometimes they'll just like they'll not stop moving. Sometimes they'll just like jump up and hit you because they're not prepared for that. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for now, I'm just going to say that everybody should follow as many of the runners as they can find, and perhaps Proe and myself here as well. That could be fun.
I'll actually we got Thomas in the setup room. I'll drag him real quick.
Oh, absolutely. Never mind.
So we welcome Thomas to the room. Turn off his mic.
Welcome, Thomas.
Hello.
Mike's welcome.
What's up?
So that was a very close race, particularly between you and Cocoon. How did you feel about how that, I guess, just went in general? Anything that went particularly well or
Oh,
unfortunately?
he has a mic.
Oh,
Okay.
Ah,
It's all good.
it's all good.
That was pretty close between both of them though. Chat review. Hell yeah, let's go.
yeah. So
Yeah, like looks like King got a 4112 and Thomas got a 4138. That was kind of close.
yeah, I think that was more or less decided again in World 7. So, anything else to add, Rainmakers?
Nothing in particular. I think I'm out.
Yeah, I think so too. So again, give all these runners a follow, and keep watching the tournament. We're about halfway through the bracket stages at this stage. People are in different stages in the tournament, but it's been a very good tournament thus far, and it'll be a lot of fun to see what happens in the finale. So GG's again to our runners, and thanks to Rainmakers for joining me on the call tonight.
Absolutely. And to make sure you all tune back in at 10 o'clock on this same channel, Speed Gaming 1, yes, for the next Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland race. Who's that between again?
Thomas and
Mayazumi,
yes, thank you. Thomas and Mayazumi.
With that, I suppose we will see you all then.
Alright, I'm
that'll be a hype
Pro
race as well, so.
Right,
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks,
Bye.
guys. And
See ya!
see you all again soon.